In preparation for this video, I absorbed all the popular advice about happiness, and after filtering out useless stuff like just be yourself, and downloading the rest of it Matrix style into my brain, I tried to condense it into a single phrase. It's either do good things, or find your purpose and accomplish it. What I realized then blew my mind a little bit. These psychologists had accidentally reverse engineered the beatitudes. Not 100%, but too close to call it coincidence. Now, the most interesting thing to me was that they worked backwards from data and experience and arrived at some overlap with divine revelation. They know that money and power and respect don't make you happy, and that what you really need is a purpose. What should that purpose be? Nothing specific besides whatever seems good to you. But all of that is contained within statements like, blessed are the poor in spirit, because humility includes detachment from money, power, and respect. Or, blessed are they that hunger and thirst for righteousness, which includes doing good things and purpose and what that purpose should be. That means that Jesus wasn't just telling us how to get to heaven, he was also telling us how to be happy, which means happiness and holiness go together. Happiness is a byproduct of a human being working as intended. It is a positive reinforcement mechanism built into us by our Creator. It's like how you're comfortable when all your bones are in the right place, but if one of them is broken or dislocated, it hurts because it's not in the correct place. Our Creator gave us a purpose when He made us, and we feel emotional distress when we live contrary to that purpose. Let's go back to the day God made man. He said, "Let us make man after our image." Therefore, we are working as intended when we resemble our Creator. Okay, so what does God do? He exists, He creates, He loves, He sacrifices, He embodies all the virtues. And that makes sense because we feel happy when we resemble God in small ways, like how raising children is participating in God's act of creation and can be a source of joy. So, key ingredients to happiness: humility, the pursuit of righteousness, imitation of Christ. You could write a whole book about that. Whatever success you might enjoy pursuing other, less eternal goals is going to have diminishing returns, as you can see on this graph. There's a sharp drop-off point right about here. About 100 years ago, there was a nun named Maria Faustina Kowalska. She was a mystic, which meant she got to read the Yelp reviews from beyond the grave. And here's what they said: "We are happy in the measure that we have fulfilled God's will." See? It tracks. Just do God's will and then I'll be happy, right? Except the world just keeps getting crazier no matter what you do. Well, if you're trying to do God's will and you're frustrated, then it might be because you're looking too far outside of your reach. Take an inventory of your resources and your sphere of influence, and then use what is within your reach to begin changing the way things are into the way God would want them to be. The metric that God cares about is increasing the number of people in heaven. He gave you your mind, your body, your strengths and weaknesses, the skills you've developed by the use of those gifts, the resources you've acquired through the use of your skills, the relationships you've built, and the influence that you wield through them. These are all entrusted to you by God. They don't belong to you. He intends for you to leverage the resources He has given you to create optimal conditions for the salvation of souls within your sphere of influence. This is spelled out in the parable of the talents. Once you get started, you might be surprised how much influence you have. Even if you don't get big results, you're making progress, and progress feels good. If you spend your life chasing after your own happiness and fulfillment, then it will elude you. And then, when it comes time to make a permanent decision about who you will serve, you're going to choose yourself, which means you won't go to heaven. But if you choose to serve God, you get happiness as the byproduct. That behavior is reinforced, and it becomes who you are. Then, in eternity, you will choose to serve God. See? You get both. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and family. That's the best way to make sure that this new show gets off the ground and that I get to keep making episodes for you. And also, if you would, please consider donating to Church Militant. All right, see you next time.